Well, speaking of high school football, there's a story in Alabama
Hmm.
where these two high school teams were playing Jackson Olin versus Minor, and they're playing at Jackson Olin. So Jackson Olin loses 27-0.
Mm-hmm.
And so as the crowds are clearing out, Minor's band is still playing. And the cops are there going, everybody get out. And they're telling the Minor band, like the band leader, you got to stop. You got to stop. And the guy just won't stop. He's like, we got to finish this song. Just let us finish this song. And get out of my face. There's footage. I'll show it to you in a little bit. But anyway, the band leader, the high school band director, ends up getting tasered.
Wow.
And everyone is freaking out about this. So we'll show them first getting tasered.
Are they the losing team or the winning?
They're the losing. No, sorry, they're the winning away team.
Oh, winning away.
So-
Then you got to let them finish the song if you won.
So this is some body cam footage. So right now they took the band director.
I did not swing an officer, man. Y'all grab me low.
And he's saying he didn't swing. The officer's like, oh, you swung at us. You're going to jail. He's being disrespectful to me. Like this is already getting pretty heated.
I wonder what song they're playing.
Oh, I'll play it for you in a little bit. I just want to see it. So attempts to stun the director. It's ineffective.
The stun gun isn't what it was promised.
Then they got him there. Yeah. Just chaos, right?
That
is crazy.
It's full Sodom and Gomorrah now.
Well, so everyone's freaking out about this. A lot of it just being, cops are dicks. It's a black director. The school is 85% black. There's like a whole
The
race.
guy tased him as black, right?
All the cops are black.
I know, but it's always thank God the guy tased him's black. Sorry, but that's what white people think.
It would
Hey, you saying exactly what everybody thinks.
That's what white people think.
Hey,
God damn.
Hey man, that's come from being loved as a child, man. You keep it real. That's why you got this amazing podcast here over these years, man. You keep it real. You see the honesty on you. That's the truth, though.
So,
I am honest. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, first the video of him getting stunned gets released, and then the police released the body cam footage of the band playing on and them trying to stop the director. So here it is. So the director's like, get out of my face. The guys are like, hey, game's over. We got to clear everybody out. Officers, he got the troops coming. They're going to sweep their asses out. The band director is still conducting, telling the cops to get out of his face. Female officer saying, load him up. Get out of my face. Officers, please tell them to stop. He says, this is our last song. Get out of my face.
The game's over, right?
Yeah,
the
game's
over. The teams are in the locker room or on the bus, and it's time to pack it in.
He's like, all right, this is the last song. He's telling the band to keep going. He's counting them in for another one.
Yeah, this guy deserved to be tased.
Well, his lawyer's saying that he's devastated and traumatized, and a lot of students are also traumatized.
I try to tell people all the time, don't think of cops as cops. Think of them as people with tasers and guns. And if a guy with a gun and a taser just walked up to you, like on your front lawn or something, went, get back in the house. He's going, fuck you up. You just go get back in the house. You know what I mean? Like,
the lights are off. I tell you what.
You piss these guys off, and they have a thing on their belt that'll fuck you up, and you keep pissing them off, and that's what happens.
Yeah. It's crazy out here. Sodom and Gomorrah, man, like you say.
Yeah. So the team... Look, the band leader was told to pack it in. He should have just packed it in.
I wonder what his motive was, because, he seemed like he was defying for a reason, but I don't know what the reason was.
Get out of my face is not a good place to start. Right. But I see the part where he wants to finish the song, although I couldn't figure out what song it was.
I couldn't either.
Which is not a good sign if you're a band leader, because we should be able to make out the song.
The band was definitely obedient.
But
every fist and arm that got around the officer,
the guy with the symbol's like, oh God, here we go.
I've been tased before, and it's not good.
Wow, man, how does it feel?
Well, I didn't get shot with the hooks. They taped them to me.
This is
Just
like a
to
moon
try
show
it.
thing?
Yeah, it was for a bit. And the guy said, just start walking toward me. The thing about being tased is normally you're high as shit and you don't see it coming. There's a psychological component when they go, all right, we're going to tase you up now, so hold still.
Oh, sure.
I'm going to put these things on it.
The anticipation alone.
And then like another cop went by, like walked by us, and I was like, how bad is this going to be? And he's like, you're getting tased? And I was like, yeah, I am. He goes, oh man, you're a better man than I. And I was like, okay. And they said, just start walking toward me. And they taped them to my feet. And I started walking, and he fired it.
Yeah.
And then, but they had two guys next to me to collect me as I went down.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel good.
Yeah, usually you're in an altered state if you're getting
You're
tased,
usually
right?
pretty beaked up on, elephant tranquilizer or something, and you don't see it coming. It's the psychological.
How does it
knowing.
feel? Is it a strong electric shock? Like, does it?
Yes, it sends a strong current through your body, and it makes you not be able to control yourself.
Your muscles tighten.
Yeah.
Convulse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be good not getting tased. my whole
Yeah,
life.
I'm just trying not to get tased out here.
What was it like getting caught for the cocaine when you're a dealer? Was that
Oh, they tried to tase me, but I ran the taser.
Oh, really?
I remember him running, and he was, and I'm like, I seen the two prongs, the prongs hit the ground.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but yeah, it was crazy, man. I threw the drugs too early, and then the dog came while I was in the holding cell, and came. They couldn't find it, but he had to take a pee, and he peed right on it. So it was like, yeah, that was kind of crazy, getting caught.
Wait, how'd that happen? Who had to take a pee? The dog?
The dog, the K9 dog. So I had threw my cocaine while I was running.
Right.
Yeah, I threw it in the bushes. They couldn't find it while I was there,
Uh-huh.
so they was gonna give up. But the officer, he wanted to call the dogs, and while I was in the holding cell in jail, the dog came, and the dog was out there searching for it. The dog couldn't find it either, but the dog just so happened to have to take a pee
right where you threw it?
in the bushes. And the dog went to pee, and the dog was peeing, his leg cocked up, then looked between his legs, and he sat down. And they went over there. It was right there.
So what happened?
I got 10 years probation.
10 years probation?
10 years probation.
I didn't even know they did 10 years probation.
And that country town? Oh, man, my cousin had the same charge as me. He got 1 year probation. He was staying in Atlanta. But the country town, the small towns where I'm from, oh, my God. You talking about...
But no prison time.
No prison time.
Just 10 years probation.
10 years probation. I got off in 7.
Oh, really?
Yep.
For mediocre behavior?
I was actually still hustling while I was on probation, but I messed around and I asked my probation officer, can I get off? Because I was doing great. I always, my urine was always clean because I never did drugs, never drank smoke. So it wasn't nothing about me in the streets. Mm-hmm. My name except positive things. I was throwing parties and doing an entertainment thing. So I asked him to get off one day and he let me off early.
How many years ago is this?
I got off in 2013.
How much was like a gram of cocaine back then?
$50. You sell it for 50. You know what I'm saying? I was paying 32 for a brick, so that was like I was roughly paying 30 something a gram. Mm-hmm. But you sell it for 50.
And that's what it was back then.
It was that back then too.
Now during the height of the cocaine, like kind of 80s.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $110, maybe $120 a gram.
That was the good stuff.
Yeah, because I was making $8 an hour doing construction labor, and I just couldn't. I couldn't imagine digging. I was digging ditches for $7 or $8 an hour, and everyone wanted to do cocaine on the weekends, and I was like, I'm going to dig ditches for 10 hours and get half or 3/4 of a gram of cocaine and to be up my nose in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't bring myself to it. Mm-hmm. But when we cleaned carpets, our boss would sometimes pay us in cocaine. Mm-hmm. But I still wouldn't do it because it's like I'm getting $6 an hour for cleaning up Marie Callender's in the middle of the night. I work 3 hours. I a bump of cocaine is payment. Now cocaine's cheap and I'm rich, so I wish I was into it now. But back then, getting $8 an hour and buying something that's $120 a gram.
It never makes sense. That's never good.
Oh, it's never a good thing, but it's a real shitty idea when you make a no.
Yeah.
I would know guys that worked all week, shitty labor jobs, taxes getting taken out. At the end of the week, they had like $240 of the sweating all week and buy a gram for $120. I'm like, that's nuts. We should go to the Sizzler.
I guess it's like I asked people who did drugs. It's like a cheap vacation.
Yeah.
In their mind, they get to go to a place without getting on the flight, checking your bag and all that. So it's like wherever they're going, they feel like it's worth it.
Yeah. But I get the mushroom stuff, but it's like, oh, God. All right. What else you got?
All right. So in Connecticut, there's a story about a man in his garage, kind of similar to you, Adam. Remember that story about that Uber Eats driver who drove up on your driveway, not saying anything, kind of scared you a little bit. You're maybe searching for a weapon.
Yes.
Because what's this guy doing? Well, a guy in Connecticut had something similar happen to him, but they were looking to carjack him.
They were.
Yeah, so he pulls in with his Aston Martin convertible in his garage on Sunday, and two masked men just attack him, and the Ring video camera caught it all on tape.
This guy's got a healthy garage.
Yeah, it does. Some nice cars, so...
He's got two Aston Martins.
So these two guys are attacking him. He's yelling, the police are coming. He's yelling for his wife to get the police. These guys are punching him. Car's backing out.
Oh. Was the door shut?
Now it's shut. And anyway, so the guys get away with the car.
What? All right, let me tell you a couple of things, as long as we're telling poor guy stories. I never had car insurance when I drove my truck and worked construction. I didn't have enough for insurance, but I rigged my truck with a kill switch and some stuff so it couldn't be stolen. You know what I mean? And it got stolen, but I found it because I had this switch on the fuel pump, and the guy was only able to drive it like 3 blocks, and I rigged stuff down. Later on, I got insurance. And when I got insurance, most of the people I know who got their car totaled or stolen or whatever, the insurance actually made out. Most of the people I know went, the car's probably worth like 13 grand, but I got 17.5 from the insurance company or whatever. I don't get the part in real life or in movies where you're fully fucking insured and some guy like pistol whips you and jumps your car and you dive on the hood. You're fully fucking insured. Let the fucking guys take it. Who knows what weapons they have? Who knows what they're going to fucking do to you? Guy got killed. I don't know, Uber guy. Remember a couple of young chicks killed a guy because he wouldn't like get out of his Uber or whatever, and they tried to push him out.
It's not worth it.
It's not fucking worth it. You're fully... This guy's got an Aston Martin DB9 or an Avante or V8, whatever. Let the fucking guys have the car. Yeah. You're fully insured. And what's your wife's running out there with a crochet needle, like screaming and chasing? These guys are hardcore criminals who are will beat the shit out of you and your wife, or maybe they have a gun or something. Just fucking let them go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go, man.
So police say they believe the carjackers targeted the guy, followed him home, and they were actually driving another stolen car, dark blue BMW. So then they just made off with both cars.
This guy had, from what I could see...
Yeah. Let's see that garage shot.
He had a V8 Vantage, or maybe it was a DB7. Where was a DB9 convertible. He had the Aston Martin SUV, which is to the left. That's that's 350 grand worth of car. Then he has a Ferrari Lusso to the other side. That's a Ferrari Lusso, and then there's a Cayman or whatever, like a Porsche something at the end.
The wife car.
He has. There is $1 million worth of cars sitting in this garage. Plus, I mean, sticker it'd be more. But now, what do you do with the high-end shit? Like, what do you do with the high-end cars? You ship them to Dubai? Like, how's it work? you're not parting them out. Like you're not stealing the catalytic converters like it's a Toyota Camry or something. Something you got to do something with this car.
Yeah, and what's the reason? What's the end game?
I don't think the young guys are just joyriding this thing. They got dispatched by somebody who's going to ship these things in like shipping containers to Mexico or something. There's got to be something to it.
They definitely have an outlet.
Yeah.
I just don't. I didn't even. I'm trying to see where was this at? What city was this in?
I don't know what city.
You said Connecticut?
But it's Connecticut.
But here's the next sad thing is LA is what they tell you too. Like if you got a nice watch, don't wear it. If you got jewelry, don't wear it. If you got a nice car, like thanks cops, thanks for the help. You know what I mean?
I know, right?
The plan is everyone dress in a potato sack and stumble around like you're a fucking hobo, so no one will rob you. How about we get the law enforcement working a little bit better?
Yeah. Speaking of jewelry, I mean, and watches, Country Wayne came in here.
Yeah. Are you worried about getting rolled, Country Wayne?
I wasn't until we announced it just now. I thought I was just fine, man. Feel like they listening now, man.
I don't even. I had a psychology professor at a junior college that I went to for 6 months. When I was like 18 and a half, he said, if you bought a fake Rolex and then you got rolled at the park, wouldn't you feel stupid? And I said, oh, yeah, I never thought about that. And from that point on, like I got a lot of nice cars, race cars. But my street car is always just a normal car because I don't want the attention. I don't want to be followed home is basically what I'm saying. Now, this guy likes his cars, and I can tell he's discerning because he has some good cars in that garage. But we're now at the point where you're going to get followed home. So you better leave the nice car, leave it in the garage.
Yeah.
I do like the wife. Did the wife come running out there?
She's yelling something. Yeah.
Well,
Yes, he did.
scrappy.
Nice. The dog, too.
I like that.
Speaking of expensive vehicles, they found some debris from that jet, the F-35. Yeah. They said it was about 60 miles northeast of the base. But they still haven't really found much, just a little bit of debris. So they will not say if it was a crash or what happened to the plane. It's still all under investigation.
We got a lot of open land in this country because people live in cities, just assume everything is built out. But every time a Chinese spy balloon goes rogue or an F-35 Raptor goes on autopilot, they always just hit nothing.
Right.
And we always think they're going to hit a church or school or a shopping mall or something. But that's just because we're from places with shopping malls. Most of the country that doesn't have anything.
Yeah, I'm from places like that. It's so much land.
Right.
Like you could go to my hometown and buy 20 acres, 30 acres. Like, it's so much land.
How much would it cost?
About 20 acres probably cost you $8,000 or something like that.
20,000,
at least 20,000.
Crazy.
At least 20, probably 20. Cause what's an acre cost out here? What's an acre?
Well,
Acre.
I'll tell you
You don't
this.
do acres.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle just bought a lot in Malibu that was $8 or $9 million just to tear the house down.
Yeah.
Like it kind of depends what neighborhood the acre's in.
A lot where I'm from, probably 20,000. That's with everything on it.
Everything?
Yeah, the water already.
The well and everything?
It's real cheap land. But it's nothing going on over there. There's no money.
No, but sometimes if you drive to Vegas and you've done it enough for long enough, you realize there was nothing in between the Nevada county line and the California line for another 25 miles until you got to the Strip. Now you go there now, it's built out. Like it's connected. Like if someone in your family bought some property that was just an ashtray, just desert nothing, and considered way away from the Strip, you'd be super rich today.
Yeah.
But they would have had to do it back in the day. And I think we've established that our two families weren't going to do any of that.
Nah, man. My family, I'm the first one with some money. Man, my family, ooh, thank God we're here. That's all I got to say.
You're the first one in your family.
I'm the first one in my family to make money. They really don't know what. Man, there's no opportunities in country towns. I tell people all the time who from cities and they be like, we were broke. I'm like, but opportunity still was there. If it wasn't for the internet, there would be no Country Wayne. There's nothing I could have done. I'm close to nothing. At least in Atlanta, you good because there's opportunity there. But I was 3 hours away from Atlanta.
Oh, how far are you away from Road Atlanta?
Road Atlanta?
Road Atlanta. Famous racetrack.
Oh, I don't even know.
Oh, man. How can you be in the sticks of it out of Atlanta and Georgia and not have heard of Road Atlanta?
I never heard of that.
Oh, you got to go.
I got to check.
You like cars, right?
Yeah, I got cars. I got a Grand National.
Ooh.
Yeah, you got fast cars?
I have race cars, but not
real race cars.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not so much Grand Nationals with the V6 with
V6,
the turbocharger, single turbocharger on it. You see Kevin Hart's?
Yeah, I seen his. He got his restored. I had mine since 2012.
Kevin Hart got like a, I don't know, $800,000 Grand National or something. Grand National's a weird car. It's a Buick. It's a 86, 87, 88 maybe. It's got a V6 in it. It's not a V8. It's got one big turbocharger on it, and people like that car. It's inexplicable, but they like that car. Kevin Hart loves his Grand National. I saw it.
You saw it in person?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I never saw it in person.
It wasn't like I was at Kevin's house or anything. No,
It's like at SEMA or
It was
something,
parked
right?
at SEMA in
Yeah.
Vegas. I went and saw
It's on
it.
display.
Yeah. All right, let's do one more.
All right. Well, just a quick correction. So the F-35 is a Lightning II. The F-22 is the Raptor.
Oh, the 22 is the Raptor
Yeah.
and the 35 is the Lightning.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
So I want to talk about this with you too. There's this poll that came out between younger men and women about red flags. I'm glad Country Wayne's here because Country
Yeah.
Wayne knows women.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
man.
He has the receipts.
I'm the womanologist.
Yeah. And a woman's prayer. A lot of
Yeah.
insight on a woman.
He
Women.
knows them inside and out. And if he pulled out on occasion, he wouldn't have 10 kids.
So
You forgot, you knew him inside, but you got to know him out,
Yeah.
too.
Oh, my God.
Occasionally got to come out.
You gotta get out of there. It's a tingling feeling they used to get me. Yeah. But when you're blessed, even when you're coming out, it just take time, man.
Are you blessed downstairs?
It just take a little bit more time to come out of there, man.
All right, so,
All right. So there's between Millennial and Generation Z women, there was a Bay Area based polling firm that surveyed a bunch of these people, asking what their red flags would be for dating preferences and politically and things like that. So the research revealed, and you can put up the chart, Ben, if you have it, that 55%. I'll just go in order. So women, you can keep it up. So women, 76% of women say that it's a red flag if the man identifies as a MAGA Republican.
Oh, yeah, they won't tolerate that.
Yeah.
But they'll bet they'd get a guy who's probably in a better tax bracket and a little more responsible, too, but they don't care about any of that shit. When they get older, they probably will.
And by the way, men, they said 59% of men said that about women. So
MAGA women.
That can't be true because a lot of MAGA people are married.
right.
But they're married before they were MAGA. First marriage, then MAGA.
That's the order.
Yeah.
This one was interesting. So both the majority of men and women, 66% of women and 60% of men, say it's a red flag if the opposite sex has no hobbies.
Oh, I'm with you.
Got to have a hobby.
You got to have a hobby. And your hobby can't be a bullshit hobby. Like, I like watching videos on cooking. And that's not a fucking hobby. Walking is not a hobby. And reading is not a hobby. Hobby means you got to go buy shit at a place and bring it back and put that shit together.
I like to have wine with my friends.
Yeah, drinking with your fucking friends makes you an alcoholic. It's not a hobbyist. You got to build a ship in a bottle, and it's not a wine bottle, bitch. It's a ship bottle.
Is that true? Were women interested in if you had a hobby or not?
Oh, yeah, but I thought kids were a hobby.
Well, they
I'd say
can
they
be.
are.
Now,
Yeah.
with kids, they take up all that time. I don't understand how people got time if they got kids, seriously.
People have to have hobbies because, A, hobbies show that you have a diverse interest.
Yeah.
And they also teach you lessons. When you when you do things, when you create things, when you build things, when you construct things, they then take that into all other forms of life. Like it helps straighten your head out. You don't sit and stew in your own juices like you're just sitting there getting angry watching CNN or whatever it is. You have a hobby. The hobby will take you away. And it's also, there's nothing worse than someone who's busy and has a bunch of shit and the other person's hobby is hanging around with the other person.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to have a hobby.
You got to have something going. You got to do something.
Here's the key. The number one with a woman, she can't hate her dad. If she hates her dad, you're fucked. She got number one question, number 1, 2, and 3 is, what do you think of your dad?
Right.
That's the biggest red flag with a chick. They got to like their dad. They got to have some hobbies. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay. Country Wayne, what are your red flags?
My red flags. First of all, you got to have your feet right.
Like manicure or pedicure? I mean,
Nah, just have them clean.
it's clean. Yeah,
Clean.
Dirty feet are gross.
Yeah, they don't want dirty feet. And you got to have your house clean. You got to be clean.
Yeah.
If you're not,
it's a sign of chaos? Messy car.
Yeah.
When the car is a dumpster, that shows chaos.
I heard that. Psychologically, they say that's how your brain really is.
Yeah. You got to.
You heard that
got to
too?
be kept up a little bit. It's a representation of what's going on in your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, messy cars. All right, let's see. Women also said 55% of women said it was a turnoff if the partner listens to Joe Rogan's podcast. 53% said it's off-putting if the love interest refuses to see the Barbie movie.
But this is all out of San Francisco, right?
Yeah, it is.
So it's all
it's a little it's skewed, I guess, a little differently. Yeah. This one's interesting. So 55% of women say it's a turnoff if the guy identifies as a communist. But men were really affected by it. 64% of men were like, "Oh no, the woman can't be a communist."
Well, my grandmother was kind of a communist, because here's the thing: when you identify as a communist, you're not saying I like communism. You're saying I hate my parents and I hate this country and what would piss everyone off the most. Communism doesn't pencil out. My grandmother was a communist for a while because her father, who she hated, was very patriotic. So she just did what would piss him off the most, because the communists are the worst. And the people who say they're communists are always the ones that are talking about human rights and dignity and everybody having it. It's the exact opposite of communism. Wherever there's communism, there's fucking atrocities. So it's a psychological condition. It's a math that never works out. So when somebody says I'm a communist, you just hear, I hate my dad and I'm a crackpot. It's not that I like communism.
Oh, that's the hate the dad thing.
Oh my
again.
God.
Yeah.
No, it's like being Wiccan or something. You go, oh, you're a witch? No, I'm fucking nuts and fat. That's what you should hear when you hear Wiccan. Unfuckable and nuts.
Right. What about owning a gun? Does that turn off for you guys?
Gun responsibly, done is fine. It's good.
As long as you keep it away. I don't really like to see no gun. I always been like that, man. I can't stand to see no gun. For
you can't leave it on the countertop.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
if you're responsible about it, fine.
What about watching reality dating shows? Being in
Oh man, I can't do that all day.
Right. But if you find out that your girl's into it, is that a turn off?
For me it is.
There's a certain amount of carve out for guilty pleasure shit that you can listen to certain music that's shit. You can watch certain shows that are shit. It's really about how many hours a week are we dedicating to this stuff.
Right. And then another big discrepancy was astrology. Didn't bother women as much.
Oh my
but
God,
for guys,
I do not. That's a turn off for me. If a woman, I can't stand when a woman asks me what's my birthday, and she figures she know me but can't change the batteries in the remote.
Right.
Like that don't go together. Like astrology, that astrology thing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Astrology is just like Wiccan. It's just like communism. It's like all we hear is fat and angry.
I know a lot of women who are into it too.
Astrology, it's not that we don't like astrology. We hear crackpot. Like, there's certain things, like you talk to certain people and there's like, this guy's really into Scientology. And you go, oh, fuck, I don't want to deal with that guy.
Right.
Because it's not because you can hang out with Tom Cruise. He's into psychology. But this person sounds a little nutty.
Oh, yeah. I meet somebody and she's like, oh, you're a Scorpio. I'm like,
right.
What does that mean?
No.
What do you mean by that?
I know.
Don't hit me with the
And then they always knew it. They always go, oh, I knew it. Well, why'd you ask, bitch? Why don't you just announce, here comes the Scorpio into the room? You don't have to ask shit, Hey, what's my son's name?
Yeah, man.
I know it. Yeah.
All this astrology stuff, I'm not with that.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
But it's more of a glimpse into the psyche.
yeah.
It's astrology. It's the messy car. It's the hate the dad. These are red flags.
Those are the red flags. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of where you live, San Francisco or anywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, there were other ones too, like women say that, let's see, how much, people that frequently post on social media, it would bother 19% of them.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot more men were bothered by it if the girl's posting on social media too much.
Because they're showing titties.
Well, that's what gets the likes. That gets the double taps.
But what we doing? What we doing with the likes?
I know people just like it. It's a positive affirmation that you get throughout the day. I'm sure there's something chemically that happens to you.
You're very good at this chemical stuff, man. I've been paying attention. You're a chemist.
I think there's something going on. Like,
I listen. Needing the positive strokes and affirmation from strangers is not a good wiring. That's what I'm saying. Now,
that's
look,
all we're getting.
That's our business, so don't get me wrong. But I agree. That's a red flag.
But across the board, as far as a green flag goes, both parties or both sexes prefer the other party to read.
To be able to read.
Yeah. Or that they do read. Not be able to read, but that they do read.
Oh, that they take time to read.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out. I got none of that.
Yeah.
I don't do any reading. Do you read?
Oh, yeah, I read the Bible every day.
Oh, you read the Bible every day?
Yeah, I read the Bible 8 times. I'm on my night trip now.
Really?
I keep starting over from the beginning and go through it every day.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's commendable. That's not a red flag. Oh, that would be to that chick from San Francisco who's the communist. She fucking hates your ass.